on-site, remote or offshore model, where we can manage projects based on-site and based locally, but reduce cost and increase coverage by using the offshore test factory. Okay. In terms of my last slide now, I just wanted to give as I mentioned before we introduce the guys from DeviceAnywhere, just to talk about, I suppose, why it's a good fit. Obviously, when you're coming into a growing market and something where it's fairly technical, fairly complex, and a little bit different, it's important to choose the right partners and technology. We specialise with HP tools. We have them from inception in 2000 through our partnerships with Mercury, and now with HP, we're a gold partner. Our consultants are accredited, and we do a lot of work around the tools. The traditional tools such as Quality Center, QTP, and Load Runner for performance. And the reason why I think it's a good fit is DeviceAnywhere, who are also a HP partner, and the way their tools and their technology integrates with the likes of Quality Center and the likes of QTP. You can leverage some very stable and very sort of prominent market-leading tools there, whilst you also roll that out to your mobile applications. Our aim is simple, not just with mobile testing, but with testing in general. We look to leverage the best technologies, the best practices, the best partners, to be able to provide the consulting and the managed service and the expertise to increase your test coverage, increase your accuracy, and increase your software quality, but while reducing your cost. And if that means putting together both mobile and web application automation strategies, reducing cost, then that's the type of thing that we're looking to do. So hopefully that's been a brief enough sort of overview from myself. I'm now going to hand you over to the guys at DeviceAnywhere to take you through, in particular, what their technology provides. Javier?
Yep. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Testhouse, for giving us the opportunity to show our technology and actually to partner with you guys to go to market together. I think it's a very good fit. I totally agree with that. I'm going to basically talk about DeviceAnywhere, but very briefly, as an introduction about the company, who we are, where we are, what we do, and then I'll hand on basically to my colleague Mithun Zaveri for a technical demo. So if we move on here, okay, this is the first slide, excellent. So who is DeviceAnywhere? I'm not sure if many of you tested or tried before DeviceAnywhere. We found that, DeviceAnywhere is a mature technology. We are, as a company, are in the market since 2003. And we have different data centers with plus more than 2,000 devices all over the world. You see there in the slide we are present in Europe, in the US as well with data centers. We have actually one data center in London, in Stratford, very close to Testhouse. But we have the shared services, and we basically are pretty new in Europe. We are starting to talk to many customers in Europe, and we found that actually many people tried us before and knew about DeviceAnywhere before. Certainly the interest is there, and the way people were looking at that is basically accessing our data centers remotely and trying different mobile phones and devices we have in our data centers. Basically, what I want to stress in this slide is, besides our company and our maturity in the market, mainly in the US, is that actually we have our solutions are agnostic to the device, and we cover all the value chain for carriers and operators. Basically, we basically offer services for wireless carriers, as you can see there, for the handsets manufacturers and OEMs, for content application providers, aggregators, infrastructure vendors, and besides the telco and operators vertical, we are actually present in many other segments in the industry, financial services, banking, retail, etc., etc. Our solutions actually offer you the ability to access remotely any device that is basically using an application through the internet. So we are usually talking about the smartphones, we're usually talking about mobile phones and carriers and operators, but actually I want to stress the point that any device like sat-nav, for instance, or set-top boxes can be integrated in DeviceAnywhere and can be used remotely in DeviceAnywhere for all the testing cycle of those applications. Our main product is actually Test Center. You may ask, well, basically what DeviceAnywhere is selling. What we are selling is a basic combination of hardware and software. The hardware is going to be, and we'll see that later on, the device is integrated, wired into a physical rack that are going to be connected through a server, and then all the software, server licenses and client licenses to access remotely those devices and to operate on them. The main message here is that anything you can do on that device, on your hands, you can do remotely using DeviceAnywhere. This is the main message. And we are the only provider, actually, that really gives you the ability to access remotely that device and play with it and do whatever you need to do in order to test your application, from the manual testing, automation, monitoring, and certification of your application, mobile application. So if we move on here, basically, if we look at the mobility market, and we focus on mobile devices, handsets, but thinking always about any potential hardware device, we see that mobility is actually a strategic component for many companies. We saw that, actually in our experience, in my experience in DeviceAnywhere so far, everybody I'm talking about the mobility is interested. Everybody is really interested on that. The only question is that, are we mature enough? Are we really investing on that now? We see that this is going to be critical this year or next year, but many companies in the industry are really concerned, are really worried about mobility. And the tricky thing about mobility is the fragmentation. I mean, we see that basically we have many possible devices. We have a lot of different hardware devices. Every day we see different companies, OEMs, launching new devices. We see that there is, even if we consider that there is a concentration of the operating systems, we still see different operating systems and new operating systems in the market. We see plenty of different applications. So in reality, all the value chain is fragmented. And actually, that gives DeviceAnywhere the opportunity to say, okay, what we do is actually to put together all those devices to be able to really integrate in our racks, in our data centers, any potential device, and give the remote access to any potential user over the world. Those devices are actually going to be connected to carriers. They will have SIM cards, and they will be with live operators, different operators in different places in the world in our data centers. So we actually give the chance to the customer that is thinking, okay, I really need to develop an application for these two devices, or maybe for BlackBerries, for Android phones. We really need to test on different hardwares, on different operating systems, on different phones with different carriers. And how can I do that? How can I possibly do that? And how can I do that basically using a methodology, using a tool that is going to help me with all the test cycles, all the automation, etc., etc. Well, the answer is actually DeviceAnywhere. The bottom line is, regardless of the application, operating system, network, device, or use case, DeviceAnywhere will help you to offer application, service, or product offering to the mobile platform in the most efficient manner. We can see here the challenge I was trying to go through before. The main challenge is actually mobile device, operating system, network, and platform are fragmented. And we were talking before about